I don't know what your heart will feel when these words reaches you, but I need you to hear me with the same quiet attention you give to the things that matter, because what I am about to say is not something I share lightly. It's not something I have spoken out loud before, not to anyone, not even to myself in full honesty. These feelings have lived inside me for so long that they have become part of my breathing, part of my silence, part of the way I move through the world. And today I don't want to hide them anymore. I want you to hear them exactly the way they live inside me, sincere, steady, and unshaken. My love for you has never trembled, not once, even in the loudest moments of my life, even when everything around me felt uncertain and unsteady. You stayed in my heart like a soft truth that refused to leave, and tonight I want you to feel that truth deep in your chest, the way I feel it, and every time I think of you. There are moments when I find myself pausing in the middle of my day, wondering how someone like you managed to calm the storms inside me without even trying. Why does your presence steady me? Why does your voice settle the noise in my mind? Why do your words enter me so deeply when others barely touch the surface? No matter how many times I try to understand it, I return to the same answer. Because you are the one my heart chooses without hesitation, the one it respects, admires, and softens for. You are the woman I look at with a tenderness I don't offer easily, and I need you to know this. I have never once looked at you, and without doubt, I have never questioned the way I feel when you cross my thoughts. Every passing day has only rooted my feelings deeper, making them grow more steady, more certain, more honest. But let me ask you something quietly, something only your heart needs to answer. Do you understand your place in my life? Do you have even the slightest idea how deeply you have touched me? How rare it is for someone like me to feel this much? Because sometimes I wonder if you can sense it the way I do. I wonder if you know how strong my loyalty is, how naturally I choose you every time, how effortlessly you hold a part of me that no one else has ever reached. And there's a truth I want you to carry in your heart. When I say I am loyal, I don't mean it casually, I don't mean it in the shallow ways people use that word today. I mean loyal in the quiet places of my soul, in my thoughts, in my intentions, in the way I protect your place in me even when you are far, even when silence stretches between us. People drift, relationships crumble, feelings fade, but you remained. Not perfectly, not constantly, but emotionally you stayed, and that alone means more than you realize. There are nights when everything around me becomes still and my thoughts drift softly toward you, not as fantasy, not as a dream, but as a real human presence, I think about your strength, the gentleness you hide, the burden you carry alone, the fears you don't speak of, the hopes you tuck away quietly, and with every thought I fall in love with the rawness of you, not the polished version you show the world, not the brave face you put on, but the real you beneath it all. That is the woman I want to hold. That is the woman my heart refuses to let go of. And listen carefully now because I need you to feel this part like a whisper against your skin. Even in the moments when you thought I was not paying attention, I was. Even when you assumed I forgot you, I did not. Even when you believed you slipped away from my heart, you were still right there. My love did not waver, my feelings did not dim, my loyalty did not fall apart, not even for a heartbeat. I know life gets heavy, I know people disappointment you. I know you have carried wounds that no one sees. I know there are days when you look in the mirror and question your worth, your beauty, your place in someone's world. But if you could see yourself through my eyes for even a single moment, you would never doubt another thing about yourself again. Because in my eyes, you are more than a woman, you are a calm in my chores, a softness in my hardness, a quiet strength that pulls me in without trying. You are someone I feel connected to in a way I can't explain, but I trust it more than I trust many things in my life. And I want you to hear this truth too. You never have to pretend with me. You don't have to hide your exhaustion. You don't have to bury your sadness just to appear strong. You don't have to mask your emotions to seem perfect. I don't love you for your perfection. I love you for your sincerity, your reality, your humanity, the parts of you that tremble, the parts of you that carry scares, the parts you think no one would understand. Yet something inside me keeps tugging, urging me to ask you, do you feel this connection too? Do you sense the way my heart speaks when my words reach you? Do you feel the gentleness in the things I say only to you? Do you sense the devotion behind every thought I send your way? Because sometimes I think you do, sometimes I feel like your heart listens to me more closely than it listens to anyone else. Sometimes it feels like you catch the meaning hidden between my sentence. Sometimes it feels like you understand me in ways others never try to, and maybe, just maybe, that's why I can open myself this way to you. That's why I can be soft and unguarded because you are the only person who makes honesty feel safe. There is something else I have not said, something deeper, something I usually keep locked away. I have imagined a future with you, not a perfect story, Not some fairy tale ending, but a real future, one where you feel secure, where you don't fear losing me, where you know with a certainty that my heart is yours, a future where loyalty is not spoken, it's lived, where you never have to wonder where you stand. And when I imagine that future, I feel something calm settle inside me. But don't think for a second that these words mean I have said everything I have not. My heart has not emptied itself. There is so much more inside me, so much more I want you to feel, so much more I want you to hear. But for now, hold this one truth close. My love has never once shaken, not for anyone, not for anything, not even in silence. And if you are still here, still reading, still letting these words enter your heart, then I need you to be ready because the next part of what I want to say carries even more weight. You know, when I look back on my own life, I realize how many moments I wasted by holding my feelings in, how many times I stayed silent when I should have spoken, how many opportunities I walked away from, even when my heart wanted to stay. And every time I think of those moments, I feel this quite edgy inside me because with you, I don't want to repeat those mistakes when I hear your voice or read your words. My heart knows something that I don't want to lose, even when small moment with you, not by accident, not by hesitation, not by fear. You listen in a way that makes me feel understood, and that is rare, so rare that is almost scares me. Because with you, I don't have to pretend, I don't have to hidden myself, I don't have to silence the softer parts of me. I can simply be myself, and somehow that feels enough for you, and that makes me care for you more deeply than I expected. Let me ask you again honestly, do you know how powerful your presence is? Do you know what your attention does to someone like me? It feels like warmth in a cool room, like a gentle light when everything feels dark. When I speak and you stay, when you choose to hear me, something inside me relaxes. I feel safe, I feel seen, I feel valued. You have become a part of my day without trying, a quiet presence that lingers in my thoughts like something soft and comforting. And there is one more confession I need to share sometime when the world feels overwhelming. I think of you, I imagine you holding your phone, reading or listening softly, your heart picking up the quiet emotions inside my words. Maybe you are lying down, maybe you are smiling a little, maybe your chest tightens because you did not expect these feelings today, and knowing that you may be listening, it changes something in me. The truth is, I get nervous when it comes to emotions. I not the nervous that shakes my hands, but the kind that makes every word feel important, every silence feel meaningful, every breath feel heavier than the last. Because what if you don't feel the same? What if my words reach you but don't stay with you? What if you walk away before I can share everything that's inside me? But still, the hope is stronger than the fear. The hope that these words reach you at a moment when you needed to be reminded of your worth. The hope that maybe my honesty brings comfort to your heart the way your presence brings comfort to mine. And no, let me whisper this because it matters. Your heart might be tired, but it still wants to believe in something new. May push people away because you don't trust easily, but deeply inside you wish someone would stay anyway. You might want to give your heart to someone, but fear they would not protect it. And if even a small part of that feels true, the know this I am not here to hurt you, I am not here to play with your feelings, I am not here to confuse or break you. I am speaking to you with a rare honesty, telling you truths I have never spoke to anyone because I see you differently because you matter to me in a quite powerful way. Maybe you don't realize it, but you are the one who awakened a part of me I thought was long gone. You are the one I think about when everything feels heavy. The one whose presence softens places inside me I did not know were still fragile. You have become someone I am afraid to be, to lose even without touch. Even without certainty, and I want you to understand this. I am still here, still speaking to you, still loyal, still steady, still holding the same feelings. And deep down, I know you feel this connection too. You feel this energy, this bond, this quiet understanding that does not need to be spoken to be real. So stay with me, stay in this moment because I still have more to tell you, much more, and I don't want this connection between us to fade, not now, not ever.